Ava Winters had been in Brookwood High for barely 3 hours when she realized this school was nothing like the peaceful life she had left behind. Her father's job transfer had dragged her from a quiet mountain town to the loud, chaotic hallways where everyone stared at her like she was a stranger invading their territory. She walked through the cafeteria with her tray balanced carefully, her step soft, controlled, almost too graceful for a girl who looked so quiet. Her long blonde hair was tied in a low ponytail, her pale blue hoodie hanging slightly loose, her jeans worn but clean. She looked like the definition of harmless. But the truth no one knew yet was that Ava had been training in full-contact martial arts since she was 7, her mother raising her inside a rural dojo where discipline meant survival and strength was not something you bragged about. It was something you carried in silence. She never showed off, never talked about it, never wanted attention. She preferred invisibility, but Brookwood High didn't believe in leaving anyone invisible. As she walked past the football team's table, a voice echoed across the cafeteria, loud, mocking, full of the rotten confidence typical of boys who thought the world belonged to them. "Hey, new girl!" It was Travis Maddox, captain of the linebackers, built like a bulldozer and just as subtle. The entire cafeteria shifted its attention. Ava kept walking, pretending she didn't hear him, hoping distance would prevent trouble. But bullies never needed a reason, only an audience. Travis smirked, nodded to his friends, and before she could react, 2 boys stepped behind her, blocking her path while Travis approached from the front. "You new here," he said, leaning down so close she could smell the greasy pizza on his breath. "You gotta earn your seat." Ava kept her voice soft. "Please, I'm just trying to eat." But Travis lived for reactions, and the cafeteria lived for chaos. Without warning, he slapped the tray from her hands. It crashed onto the floor, food splattering everywhere as the cafeteria roared with laughter. Ava bent down quietly to pick up her cup, trying to avoid confrontation. She didn't want to hurt anyone, didn't want to draw attention, didn't want her father getting a call from the school on the very first day. But Travis wasn't done. "Where you going?" he growled, grabbing her arm roughly. Ava steadied her breath. She could break his wrist in 2 seconds if she chose. She didn't. "Let me go," she whispered. "What if I don't?" Travis sneered, and before she could blink, he shoved her backward so hard that she lost balance and her back slammed onto the lunch table behind her. The entire cafeteria gasped. People stood. Phones came out. "Throw her again," someone shouted. Travis loved the encouragement. "Why not?" he laughed, grabbing her hoodie collar. 2 girls shrieked. A teacher yelled from across the room, but too far away to help. Travis's grip tightened as he tried to yank her up to humiliate her more. Ava's breath steadied, her muscles activated with a calm precision that only years of training gave. She whispered to herself, "Mom, forgive me." The next second happened faster than human eyes could fully track. As Travis pulled her hoodie, Ava unlocked her body like a coil snapping loose. Her hand shot up, trapping his wrist, twisting it with perfect leverage. A sickening crack echoed. Travis screamed. His knees dropped. His friends froze. The cafeteria went dead silent. Ava rolled off the table smoothly, planting her feet on the ground like a trained fighter ready for war. Travis's friends rushed her at once, yelling curses, but Ava moved like wind, fast, controlled, brutally efficient. The first boy grabbed her shoulder. She spun, bringing her elbow sharply into his ribs. He collapsed, choking. The second boy swung wildly, but she sidestepped and delivered a clean front kick to his chest, sending him crashing into a table so hard plates shattered. Beneath him, screams erupted. Students jumped out of the way. Someone yelled, "She's a ninja!" Ava grabbed her backpack calmly, eyes steady, breath controlled, but Travis's best friend, a tall, angry kid named Rowan, charged at her like a bull. Ava didn't wait. She stepped forward, gripped his shirt, pivoted, and slammed him onto the floor using a throw clean enough to impress a black belt master. Rowan didn't get up. Teachers finally pushed through the chaos, shouting orders, telling students to step back, but the bullies were already scrambling away, clutching broken pride and bruised ribs. Travis crawled backward, terrified, holding his wrist, eyes wide like he had just seen a ghost. What are you?" he choked. Ava stepped close enough that he felt her shadow loom over him. She whispered, calm and deadly quiet, "Someone you should never push onto a table again." Then she turned away and walked toward the exit as the cafeteria erupted into shocked murmurs and whispers, half fear, half awe. Students filmed her like she was a superhero who had revealed her identity in broad daylight. A girl at a nearby table whispered, "This school just woke up the wrong angel." Another boy whispered, "She's going to be a legend by afternoon." Ava didn't care. She slipped out of the cafeteria, her breath steady but her hands trembling softly. She hadn't wanted this. She had promised herself after her mother passed that she would never fight unless she absolutely had to, but today she had been pushed too far. As she reached the hallway, she exhaled deeply, whispering, "I just wanted a normal day." But Brookwood High had already rewritten her fate. By the end of the day, everyone would know her name. And by tomorrow, the bullies who had started this, they would realize they hadn't just picked on the new girl, they had awakened a storm.